By 2030, the world may face a major economic collapse, starting with the fall of the debt-based interest system. The US debt is now at an unsustainable level. This will likely trigger a domino effect, especially in emerging markets, leading to hyperinflation and aggressive currency devaluation in many smaller countries. The US dollar, long considered the world's reserve currency, may lose that status. Why was the US dollar so dominant? After World War II, the US was the only major power left with its infrastructure intact. Countries like Japan and Germany, devastated by war, accepted the US dollar in exchange for goods, TVs, oil, food, because the US dollar was seen as strong and reliable. But over time, nations began to realize the US dollar was no longer backed by gold, only by US military power. Now, even that military edge is fading. Warfare is shifting. Cheap drones can now destroy expensive tanks and jets. Military dominance no longer guarantees currency dominance. DJI, a Chinese drone company, is arguably the world's most powerful defense player today, not Lockheed Martin or Palantir. As military credibility weakens, trust in the US dollar erodes. Countries like China and Russia are already reducing their US Treasury holdings. If Saudi Arabia or other oil producers switch from US dollar to yuan or other currencies for oil trade, de-dollarization could accelerate. This could lead to a bond market crash, a freeze in global liquidity, loss of confidence in central banks and fiat currencies, a massive asset repricing across stocks, bonds, and real estate. Add to this the rise of AI, and we're facing another monumental shift. By 2030, up to 40% of jobs could be replaced by AI. The rise of AGI, artificial general intelligence, will fundamentally change the way we work, live, and create value. Current AI is like a calculator. It processes input but doesn't think. AGI, however, will be able to reason, learn music, art, science, possibly better than any human. Once AGI arrives, human labor may no longer be necessary in most fields. We are entering an era of two revolutions happening at once. AI, a revolution in intelligence, crypto Web3, a revolution in money. Artificial superintelligence ASI could arrive as early as 5 years from now. The pace of AI development is exponential. Comparing early AI, like in 2022, to today's AI is like comparing a Nokia to an iPhone. Tools like ChatGPT are already more effective than many human workers in thinking, planning, and executing. In fact, some now value AI more than entire teams. The future belongs to those who can leverage AI effectively. The combination of capital, intelligence, and technology will create an even bigger divide between the AI elite and everyone else. But there's hope. ASI could make goods and services extremely cheap and efficient, solving problems in ways humanity never could. However, in this transition period, we may witness mass unemployment, economic shocks, and the collapse of the current financial and political order. The next few years won't just be about surviving economic shifts. They'll be about preparing for a new world where intelligence is artificial and money may no longer be physical or centralized.